All right, and we are good to go.
All right, guys. So we're kind of just gonna jump into what we were doing. I know we had a break last week of doing these film sessions, but I think it's important for us to just continue looking at coverages, watching route concepts, watching spacing, watching things that happen within the football game that I think that we can translate over to Flagstar, especially as we head into the playoffs here. I think it's important to watch some of these things and how we can better ourselves as football players. So let me share my screen. I have to send a request. So for some of you guys who were in the McLean training session, I think maybe even in DC or the Northwest, um, we had a wide receiver, Nick Harbor, was out there, introduced himself to some of our players, and he's another one of these freshman kind of phenoms from this past season. Like if any of you guys saw him the other day, he's an extremely large human
He's a big
being.
dude.
He runs a 4.2. He's for any of you guys who play NCAA football, he's the fastest person in the video game. So I kind of wanted to watch through some of his because as we saw, like this kid's probably going to be a first round draft pick, and I want you guys to see like kind of the routes. He didn't have like a huge season this past year. I mean, South Carolina wasn't great, but I would kind of want to watch through some of these plays and just see like the level it takes. I think something that he mentioned the other day, which was really important to take away for all of us within Flagstar, is he talked about how they'll wake up. He's going back to South Carolina and they'll wake up at 4:30, 5 in the morning. They'll go practice, train, lift. And then he said he goes back later at night outside of practice with a bunch of his teammates and they go and watch film together. They go and lift some more weights. They go and catch some more passes. Like that's the next step in becoming an elite football player is what are you going to do when you're not at a training session, when you're not at team practice? How are you going to make yourself better throughout the year rather than just getting better during practice? So we see here, as we've talked about before, no one's following the motion. In the chat, we don't see anyone follow the motion. What are we expecting from the defense? Zone, good. Exactly. We're expecting zone. It looks like they're potentially playing, like we talk about each week, these teams like to disguise coverages. So if I'm looking at this as a quarterback, the middle of the field's closed here. I see this safety walk down, but he's kind of like slowly pacing himself downhill. I'm potentially thinking they're dropping into cover two here if I'm the quarterback. So as we see the ball snapped here, they drop into a cover three. So kind of like what I see a lot of us do across Flagstar. Like I say each week, they're gonna disguise coverage. Each team across college football, NFL, like we're always gonna see disguised coverages from these teams. And I think it's interesting to see, like, as someone who watches a lot of football, I think that this potentially is covered too. But as you can see, even I would be fooled here as a coach. Like I'm not expecting these two corners to bail. Corners bail the deep third safeties. So it's three over top. We have five underneath here. And when you have this route, like watch the route from Nick Harbor here at the bottom of the screen. So this is who we're watching right here, bottom of the screen. When you run these types of routes, so he's just running a little comeback route here. I talk about this at the training sessions. Like when we run these different routes, like he knows that he has him when he's this far off. So he knows that he's going to sit it down, and this receiver's not going to, the corner's not going to be able to track back to him because he knows the corner has deep responsibilities. So if he sits it down right here, he knows where the sticks are. So he knows where the chains are. So as you can see, like he knows where the first down is. He gets past the first down marker, sits it down right there, and the quarterback delivers a good ball. But just see, like he knows, okay, he's eyes on the defender here. So when we're running our routes, we're not just running our routes blindly and just doing what we're doing. We're watching what the defense is doing. And we're saying, how can I adjust my route? I talk about it at the training sessions. You never want to see a different route as a coach. Like if I tell you to run a comeback, I want you to run a comeback, but depending on where this defender is, like you can break it at 10 yards, you can break it at 12, maybe seven. but you always want to push that vertical. So you see him push it vertical. This safety's thinking, all right, he's probably running a post over the middle of the
Hmm.
field. So the safety's probably thinking, all right, he's got a post over the middle of the field because he has that inside release. Watch how he releases inside. So he releases, he starts outside of the numbers. By the time he's like 4 or 5 steps in, he's inside of the numbers here. So this corner is probably like, all right, he's probably running a post, sits it down really well. Corner can adjust, and it's a good throw by the quarterback. All right. As you can see, look at the score, guys. This is late in the game. Third down here. I think he's at the bottom of the screen here. What coverage do we think it is in the chat before the ball snap? In the chat, what do we think the coverage is? This is a tough one.
Seeing some twos, seeing some threes.
I saw someone say cover one. I kind of like the shout of potentially this is just man free because he looks manned up here.
He looks manned in the slot on the
He
bottom.
looks potentially manned here. And remember, guys, like it's a little, sometimes we'll see in college football, you'll see in the NFL as well. Like sometimes they'll play man to the field and then they'll zone to the boundary, or they'll play zone to the boundary. When I say boundary, I mean the short side of the field. So the hash mark right here, like the ball's right here. So the boundary, I mean like the short side of the field, and then this would be to the field over here. So what do we see? We see man coverage here. He's manned up here. They try to man this up here. Bad throw by the quarterback. Is it though? I think our guy Nick Harvey's got to collect that a little better and get upfield. Let's watch it from the back. See if we get a good view. Who missed their block? Looks like this guy right here, this guard right here, didn't get over to the safety, makes the play. But guys, I want you to watch for any quarterbacks in here, watch the quarterback. Like he knows he has this read. Like a lot of times quarterbacks in the game, your coach will be like, read this guy. I want you to read this. I want you to throw this. Like it's not always going to be the case, but like especially on a screenplay like this, like he knows that's who he's getting the ball out. Just watch how quickly he gets the ball out. Ball's snapped, the ball's thrown. It's obviously bobbled a little bit by the receiver, so it doesn't end up being a good play, but you see how quickly he gets the ball out. You got a different quarterback here. All right, so we talked about this a little bit before. We talk about like formation. So to the boundary, we have an open receiver. If he's attached to the line of scrimmage, like if he's attached to the offensive line, I would say it was a closed formation. I like to call this like a bunch or a cluster. So we see this like a good amount throughout Flagstar. You might run this. We see a motion. Once we see the motion, we see the defense hop over here. We're still not sure whether it's man or zone, but in my head, I'm thinking potentially man because this linebacker is keyed in on this running back right here. So as it sorts out, they sort it into a cover like a man free look. It's kind of like a cover two-ish right here. But as you can see, this guy right here recognizes that no one's covering over the middle, so he tries to bail underneath. But as we look to the top of the screen, Nick Carver running this route. It's just a quick little hitch route, as you can see. But as a quarterback, he knows that's the read. He sees the safety's over top here. This linebacker is a little too far inside. He knows he has this hitch route here, guys. Like once he snaps the ball and sees this corner backpedal a little bit, he knows the ball's coming out. And you can see how quickly he gets rid of the ball. It's really important for quarterbacks to watch this, especially receivers. Like he might even should have sat this down at 10 yards, but he ends up sitting it down at like 6 or 7 yards. But still, on 1st and 10, looks probably coming off a holding. Like that's a good gain right there. All right, in the chat, what coverage do we think we have here? Let me hear it in the chat. Cover two, cover three, cover two. Maybe quarters. Remember I talk about quarters, guys? It's like the zone. Like they all just kind of back up with everything in this kind of palms quarters look. Let's see. Dropped into quarters, like I said. So this is one of those times, guys, where they show quarters. Like, I mean, you could almost call this cover four, but it is called quarter. Like we'll call it quarters. Like this is quarters. So like these guys are obviously the deepest of the deep. So I tell my team always deeper than the deepest. If you're ever in zone coverage, guys, you see their eyes. Like he's watching routes, he's watching routes. He knows that there's three receivers here, so he's looking to the quarterback. He's watching routes. We don't watch the quarterback in zone coverage. Just because we're in zone coverage doesn't mean we have eyes on the quarterback. Unless you're at safety, middle safety in a cover three, then you can do that. But again, this quarterback sees, he knows that this safety's not able to cover. He has another hitch route over here, or just like a curl. Right when he sees this corner backpedaling over here, guys, just like watch the eyes from the quarterback. Eyes right there, immediately, right when the ball snapped, eyes are on the corner, backpedaling, ball's out. And something I would say would be catch it the first time. Because he probably could have caught that and turned upfield. But still good catch. I don't know who South Carolina's quarterback is, but I like this guy more than the other one. All right, here we go. He's at the bottom of the screen, Nick Harbor. Looks like we potentially have a cover two, potentially a man look. These guys are kind of zone turned inside. He's kind of zone turned. He's not really facing straight up. That's another tell for us guys as like a wide receiver and a DB or a wide receiver and a quarterback. Like it's kind of a tell. Like if he's turned inside, he's probably playing zone. Here looks like again they're in a cover three look. So this is kind of an interesting look, guys. Like we see this safety here. He's ends up covering the flat. This safety has corner has over top, over top, over top. So again, it becomes a three over top and then four underneath, and then they're rushing four here.
It's a good ball too.
Yeah, it is a good throw. But if you're
This
this safety
quarterback,
right
can I
here,
just say real quick, quarterbacks, like you guys see as he rolls out here to the left, Nick, can you just speed it up a little bit? It's really important as a quarterback to find a way to get your shoulder to your target. So as you guys can see, like he made sure he gave himself enough time before he got to that defender to get his whole body turned around, get his left shoulder where it needed to be. Like I see a lot of us trying to like throw to our offside and like not getting our body positioned correctly. It's really important, and he does a really good job of it here. Like get your back foot parallel to your target, get your back foot perpendicular to your target, get your shoulder where you want to throw it, hold your fall through. This is pretty.
and then as this safety guys, like you see quarterback scramble here, like he has deeper than the deepest. So like as a safety and you have the deepest receiver, if you're going to watch the ball get thrown here, you're going to watch it end up getting caught. You have a free runner here, you have a free runner here, you have even this guy to cover. So this guy has no reason to come off of this receiver here. So as you can see, like right when he comes off, the quarterback flips his hips and he just lets the ball fly. That's a good throw. All right, we got Ole Miss defense here. Looks like he's at the bottom of the screen here. A little play action. Looks like they sent linebacker blitz here. Looks like a little man coverage. Actually, we got zone over here. Looks like a cover three kind of cover three blitz. Play action. Quarterbacks take what's there. You know, that's the third time I've seen him do that. We've watched 10 plays, and that's the third time he's double caught the ball.
He's got speed. He's got to work on that, huh?
Yeah, some hands. All right. In the chat, what coverage do we think it is?
Maybe one. Maybe they're gonna bail those corners from three.
He
Does
looks
anyone
like
remember? Yeah, no, Mick, go ahead, and then I'll say what I was gonna say.
just like I said earlier, like this is like one tell guys right here is like this. Like he's zone turned.
Diagonal, yeah.
He's not manned up. He doesn't really look like he has a man look there. But again, like I've continued to say, like teams love to disguise coverages. Let's get into it. I drop into cover three. All you cover three guys, good. Interesting though. Like look at this. This is an interesting look. He has the deep third here. He has this deep third. He has this deep third. But then you have these four underneath across here. And as you can see, if you're this back guy, like you see how even though there's nothing coming to his area, guys, that he's not abandoning the area and just running with whatever routes. Because like we always say, your coaches will continue to say this. If something goes away from you, always expect something to come back, especially in zone defense. Like if you're in zone, if something's coming away, there's always coming back. So like both of these guys here, they know they have this route coming back. If I'm the quarterback, I'm taking this all day. We run this mesh, like this is just mesh right here, guys. Like we run this every single team runs this. This is just mesh. They run mesh with like a little dagger concept over here. Take this, quarterbacks. Let your guy run. Fast receiver, easy first down. All right. I'm gonna stop my share. Let me play something else real quick. Blaze with his shirt off. Okay. Where'd it go? All right. We're gonna watch some Alabama. Some Alabama.
My favorite brand of football. Anyone doing anything cool this weekend? Playoffs right after this weekend, boys.
Yeah, let's go. Someone said Alabama's doo-doo. We all know that's not true. We all know that's not true. Who does everyone think is gonna win the national championship next year though?
ASU.
I like a Buckeyes shout. I like the Buckeyes. Yes, sir. All right. All you guys know, most of you guys watch Alabama. We got Jalen Milroe here. I think what's cool about Alabama guys is like they always are able to adjust to who they have in terms of personnel, and their offense is never really the same throughout all their history of being Alabama. Like the offense they ran with Jalen Milroe is completely different than the offense they ran when they had Derrick Henry and were able to just run the ball all the time. Like it's very interesting to see how they're just able to adapt to having different players and able to continue to be successful.
That's what
So,
good teams do.
so as you can see here, looks like they're getting a cover two look here. This is a base cover two look. They showed it. They're going to play it. Rushing forward. Looks like it's pretty strapped up, guys. It's covered well. You get a quarterback that creates a little time. This guy comes off and the ball's delivered there. Make someone miss. Touchdown. Just look at guys like right when he catches the ball, look at the no wasted movement here. We'll watch it from behind, but like we talk about this a lot, but like ball comes out right when he catches it, he gets immediately upfield. He's not trying to dance around like you see he's not trying to like cut back and like make a juke and then come back around this way. Like he just gets upfield, especially in Flagstar guys. Like if you're able to get upfield, you get a lot of missed flag poles on stuff like that. Like if you just get straight upfield. Good play. All right. Looks like we're getting an all-out blitz.
What chat? What's the coverage? Saying one, huh? Someone said they might drop into quarters. It's interesting. I mean, it looks like a zone look at the top of the screen, right? That corner diagonal to the sideline. This guy's kind of in between at the bottom.
Yeah. They're
You can
checking.
tell they're checking.
Communication.
Yeah, they know the blitz coming.
They know the blitz is coming. Again, the defense looks over. Coaches are kind of blank stares. They drop out of it, drop into a cover three. So what was the most answered thing in the chat? What do we think it was? A lot of blitz. Yeah, it looked that way. But again, we like to disguise coverage in college and NFL. And this is just the mark of being a good quarterback, guys. Like this is a cool throw right here. As Jalen Milroe knows that this safety has to decide. So like he's watching this safety right here. He sees the corner's a little flat-footed here. Like Alabama has burners who are going to be able to run down the sideline. He knows that once this safety's going to have to commit to this post over the middle. And once he sees this corner flat-footed, he just lets the ball fly because he has him committed inside, no one covering that route, and that's just a wide open touchdown. So again, in cover three, guys, like this is like this is a filthy route concept for cover three, especially. Like you send this post over the middle to cover that safety. This post is coming over that safety, and then you have to have the corner to be able to bail back and cover on this. Against cover three, that's hard to cover. It's hard to guard. Very hard. All right. Let's go to the next game. Instead of them beating up on Western Kentucky. All right. In the chat, what coverage do we think it is? Cover three. That's what it looks like. Part of being a quarterback, guys, like we've showed, like sometimes they'll disguise the coverage and it'll be completely different than we thought. Sometimes they just show it and play it. Two and three. I'm seeing someone guess Blaze gets 3, 4, and 2. Fair enough. Can't miss, I guess, if you guess them all. It's cover three, but you get the run. You see, they just show cover three. They have these four underneath, Russian four. He's reading this guy right here. Quarterback's eyes are on this guy. He knows that he has him inside, so he has the lead blocker. Find a hole, get upfield. Again, we'll watch it from behind. Like I talked about, watch like he's reading number 4 right here. Eyes are on number 4 right away. Number 4 bites inside. He knows that he has this guy lead blocking. So he gets on 12. He just runs him out far enough. 12 doesn't want to get beat outside. 12 we say like a lot in tackle football is like you don't have an edge to your defense. Even in flag star guys, like we tell corners all the time, if you don't block, if you don't cut off the sidelines, then he's just gonna run around you for a touchdown. No edge, no chance. So as you can see, this corner or this linebacker, what is he? He's a safety actually. This safety's coming to try to set an edge of the defense so that someone can come fill. Potentially, this safety can come make the saving tackle. Because at this point, you're thinking, okay, we have an explosive if we're on defense. This safety has to come over and potentially try to make a shoestring tackle. He gets his feet stuck in mud, and Jalen Milroe's not going to get caught. Did they call a hold? They called something there. But I'm excited to see Jalen Milroe do that in the NFL. All right, we see another kind of a man to the field or man. What is this actually? It's like a cover two. But this just looks like the defense wasn't even ready. Look, they're not even set up. Hit them with just split zone. So the guys just talking like basic run terms, like looking at run concepts in terms of tackle football guys. Like this is what we call split zone. So like offensive linemen are here, they're gonna go here, here. They're all blocking over here. And then this tight end is gonna come block this defensive end, and then they're just out the gates that way. So we call that split zone. So it's like zone left, tight end is splitting back to block back on that. And it just hits right downhill. As a running back, he's eyes, visions here, guys. You think zone's gonna hit front side? What I mean by front side is we always think zone's gonna hit to where we're going. So if we're blocking left, we always assume it's gonna block left. But as we'll see a lot, like it's always gonna end up hitting backside in this little gap right here, which you can see he takes right away. So you kind of see him set up slowly his blockers, like he's just kind of reading it, like he takes that first little few steps and like once he knows like that this line safety came and filled the gap, just watch the quick little jump cut and he's out the gate. All right, let's go to a different team. Maybe against Georgia. All right, here we go. In the chat, what coverage do we think it is? Cover 6.
I like the idea. Creativity.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm thinking cover 2 if I'm the quarterback, but I don't know. And they're playing quarters. So again, that's that cover 4-ish look, guys, but we call it quarters. So this corner, these both corners are bailing, so they're deep. They're not letting anything get over top of them. But this corner obviously got to step on them. And that's what's his name? Ryan Williams or whatever. Yeah, that kid is different. He's another one of those young receivers. All right, so now looks like we're getting a man look because this safety comes down here and they're shifting it. Looks like they're getting a man look. We got just a little quick, what is this? Counter? Yeah, this is just counter, guys. So as you can see, when we run counter, so there's going back to run concepts. when we see one person, when we see one guard pull, like when we see just the guard, so basically this is the center in the middle, guard, tackle. When we just see the guard pull, that's typically going to be power. When we see both of them pull, both the guard and tackle, it's going to be counter. So basically, they're setting up a run to go this way, and then it comes back this way. So as you can see, the running back just takes a few steps. Like he just kind of waits for it to set up, and then he goes and hits the hole. So he's takes that fake jab step to the outside here, like not a great counter step. But once you see as this guard, he knows he has to kick out. This tackle is supposed to fit up in here, but he knows he can't. So he just bounces it to the outside and covers it that way. And that's a great read by the running back. All right, next. Getting another quarters look here. He gets this guy that's like this is a great route at the top of the screen right here. This is a little curl route and just making your defender miss. But like I talked about it a little bit before, guys, like kind of your chains route. Like he knows he has to sit it down right past the first down. So right when he gets past the first down, like he knows that he's gonna sit down right in that window. And when he gets that cover three look or that like quarters look, he knows that he's bailing. So he knows that he has him right when he flips his hip here. He knows that when he sits it down, the ball's got to be out. So that's trust between the receiver and the quarterback there. So like he knows that right when he sits this route down, boom, he expects the ball to be out. And the ball's out a little later than you would probably hope, but it's still on the money, and you give the receiver a chance to make a move and make someone miss. And I think that was Ryan Williams. The other one wasn't. Yeah, that's two right there. Yeah, look at that. Catch the ball. That's impressive. Impressive. All right. Oh, geez. Look at that collision in the backfield. Yikes. I need to see that from behind. Watch 11 in the running back here. This is a big collision right here. He thinks he's so again, we talked like this is that kind of the zone read like you for some you guys a lot of you guys are young, but I'm sure you watched it on YouTube or something. But Russell Wilson with the Seahawks and then RG3 with the Redskins, like they kind of made this zone option, like this read option popular in the NFL. Like it's a huge thing in college, but we didn't see it much in the NFL before those guys. So as you can see, like right away, his eyes are on 11. He knows like once 11 commits, like he's gonna pull the ball and that's his. So 11 hits him real hard. That couldn't have felt good for either of them. And right when he sees him commit downhill, he knows that he's pulling the ball, and then it's just one-on-one to the outside. This is just speed to the outside. Who's going to get there first? And he beats him to the outside, gets down to the sideline for a touchdown. But as a quarterback, as anybody, like you get a chance to have one-on-one in the open field. There's no one else over top. One-on-one in the open field. Go make somebody miss. Either outrun him or juke him. And you see he's able to do that. All right, in the chat, what coverage do we think it is? You guys are having a whole debate in the chat about NFL and college.
Sounds like they're not focused.
Guys, yes, every player in the NFL is the best of the best in college, but like imagine how hard it is to get to this level and then the NFL. Like you have to be the best of the best in high school in order to get to this level. Like any player on the field you guys see right here was absolutely dominating in their high school. Like it was easy for them in high school. So like imagine getting to
Oh
this,
yeah.
like that's like kind of the level like it's hard to get to the NFL, but to get to this level, you have to be the best player by far. Like out of
In your
every,
entire area.
yeah, out of everyone around you, out of all the schools you play against. So like these guys are no joke. Even if they don't make it to the NFL, these guys are no joke. Oh my gosh. All right, it looks like cover one, like some man coverage. They do sort it into like a one over top, and they kind of do sort man here, but they just don't do a great job. So here they have this cluster coverage, guys. I talked about it like colleges will have, even if they're in man coverage here, these three guys these three guys here, one, two, three. These three guys have made a call to each other talking about how they're going to sort this out. So they know they're going to sort it out in some certain way, whether it's just manned up across the board, like whatever comes to you, you're covering. So they know they're going to sort it out. They have this guy on a blitz here, the linebacker's on a blitz. So the way they sort it out is he covers this one, he's covering this one, he's covering this one. But they all have eyes in the backfield, and quarterback just makes a good play. You see, guys, he gets pressure here, so like he sees the blitz coming. He doesn't know it. Now he sees eyes right on he knows the blitz is coming. He knows to get out right away. And this is a great job, guys, but watch this tackle here. They stunt all the way across. Watch how he bangs back, and then he saves this play by being able to get back on this blitzing linebacker here. Again, you're a wide receiver. I know this doesn't apply to us guys, but you see these receivers, they see the balls tucked and ran. He goes and finds work. He's trying to go make a play. He's trying to block. He goes and finds work trying to block. You see him just trying to find something to do. He's trying to go find work and block for him. Once you guys get to this tackle football level, being a wide receiver, blocking is just as important. Blocking is always going to be just as important. All right, we get a cover two look here. Maybe even cover three. Potentially quarters, but he kind of sat on it. Jalen Morrow's eyes right on this guy. He knows. I mean, we can all see looking at this guy. It's like his hips are turned this way. He's running this way. This guy's back's turned to him. I could assume where the ball is going to go. And as you can see, I'm sure we've all seen this play before. But that's just an insane catch, I would say. I mean, guys, this is just
So
like
cool.
it's a great throw for sure, but like the concentration to be able to like make this play eventually, make a few people miss and still get another 10 yards, like it's impressive. All right.
Nick, we can go last play here.
All right, last play here. Looks like we got cover two. It's exactly what we get. They show it, they play it. This safety drags his feet in the middle over here. He's got one-on-one out here. He knows that he has to get that ball to the outside. Again, you see, I tell like as a quarterback, if you know they're in cover two and this safety hangs up just a little bit in the middle of the field and you like your matchup outside, let that thing fly. And again, this is another one of those crazy plays that we've all seen. We'll watch it from the back and then let you guys get out of here. Rushing three, man. This is late in the game. That ball is delivered in a good spot. It's like that's that trust with your receiver. It's like he knows that he has him over top probably, so he's throwing that thing back shoulder and hoping the receiver turns back on that. And you see how he goes up, uses his hands. He's using his hands to snatch that thing out of the air. Makes a few people miss. That's fun to watch. All right, y'all.
All
Good
right,
session.
fellas.
I
Yeah, good
like.
session tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys being locked in. Let me